Ever since Peggy Ovire and Frederick Leonard tied the knots, it's been like a new episode of a Nollywood series every weekend. Forget African magic. This couple is serving us drama, suspense, betrayal, and just enough mystery to keep our phones glued to Instagram like it's the season finale of Game of Thrones. Once upon a time, they were the poster couple for love, lace, and Lagos weddings. They made us believe in fairy tales again. But now, it's given love done cast, the kind that makes you want to hold a prayer vigil on behalf of married people. So, here's how everything started, or unraveled, or maybe even fell apart. Frederick Leonard allegedly went on vacation with his ex. Yes, not his spiritual mother, not his cousin from the village, not even his barber, his actual ex-girlfriend, a living, breathing, coconut-sipping ex from the archives of romance past. And who didn't get the golden ticket to this beachy vacation? His legally wedded wife, the queen of his heart. While Frederick and the ex were allegedly gallivanting across the Indian Ocean like Nollywood James Bond and Bond girl, Peggy was at home looking like she just came out of a self-help video, posting transformation reels and gasp without her wedding ring. Before we dive into this Nollywood level drama, let me remind you to hit the like button to like this video. If you are new here, drop a comment to indicate your presence, and let's get into this gist properly. So one quiet afternoon, Peggy Ovire decides to bless our recession-tired souls with a video of herself morphing from casual homebody to full-on traditional slay queen. But one thing caught a lot of people's attention. Let's pause there. No ring. This is the same ring that had made it into every video, every photo, every soft launch and hard launch, but suddenly missing in action. Instagram people, as usual, did not disappoint. One person innocently asked, "Where's your ring, madam?" And boom, the digital detectives came alive. People were scrolling around her past 10 posts like it was a jam exam. And guess what? Sis had been ringless for a while. The way some of them analyzed her finger, you would think they were forensic experts from CSI Owerri. But just when you think it can get messier, another bombshell dropped, a much bigger one. It turns out that Frederick Leonard was allegedly not just admiring throwback photos. He was out there on vacation in the flesh with this said ex-girlfriend. And you know the question that immediately came to mind? What in the name of all things matrimonial is going on here? The gist came from Kuti Jewels, one of Instagram's most infamous ministries of gossip and truth, and they claimed that before the vacation, Frederick had been consistently interacting with his ex's social media posts. Frederick wasn't just liking his ex's throwback pics. The man was allegedly on full digital romance duty. Hot eyes, emoji bombs, flirty comments, and sounded like the script of a 2011 Ghanaian romance film. And the ex, oh, she wasn't playing defense either. She matched the energy like it was a Zanku challenge. Love emojis here, kissy faces there. People started digging and found out that this woman was very visible in Frederick's life, even before he married Peggy. As in, she wasn't a background character. She was a full-blown co-star in the prequel, which has got everyone doing the math. If this woman was actively involved with Frederick around 5 years ago, then there's a good chance this was happening while he and Peggy were already an item. So here's where it gets juicy. Cutie even posted a screenshot. Frederick had commented, "I'm coming to get you," on one of her posts, to which he replied with a love emoji. He responded again, and so did she, complete with heart emojis and the flirty exchange you would expect from people still very emotionally connected, let's just say. At this point, Nigerians everywhere shouted, "What in the wedding crashers is going on here?" Some people said maybe this woman is his soulmate and Peggy was just a placeholder bride. Others said, if it be PR stunt, but please, whose marriage is so jobless that it will cook up scandal for clout? Meanwhile, Peggy is out here doing soft life without the ring, looking like an Amazon queen. No caption, just vibes and filtered pain. You know that kind of glow that comes from heartbreak and pineapple juice? That's the one. Let's be honest, Frederick always looks like he has sense. He gave cultured Igbo husband vibes, but sometimes what looks like premium husband material is actually just a man who memorized his wedding vows like a Nollywood script, only to freestyle his actions afterwards. And let's talk about the vacation again. Who goes on holiday with their ex and leaves their fresh, beautiful wife at home? That's not a holiday, that's a hostage situation. And later, they would say, I just needed some space. My brother, go to your balcony. People online dragged him like a generator wire. Memes flew. One said, when you marry a Nollywood fine boy, just know you are sharing him with the past, present, and future co-stars. Peggy, for her parts, has been mostly silent, but in the digital age, silence is loud. She didn't need to say anything. That missing ring said it all. That transformation video without the ring, that was her Grammy speech. Of course, some people say it is all lies. They claim the ex is just a cloud chaser, that Frederick is innocent, that maybe the vacation photo was old, that maybe, just maybe, the whole thing is a big misunderstanding caused by overactive Instagram fingers and emoji misinterpretation. But my people, have you seen a happily married man commenting, "I'm coming to get you" on any woman's post or ex or not? Unless he's getting her a Bible or inviting her to a midweek service, what exactly is he going to get? Also, the timing is suspect. Just when people are beginning to notice Peggy's ringless finger, boom, screenshots appear, and the woman isn't even hiding. She's matching flirt for flirt. Is this not the kind of emotional negligence that turns a honeymoon into a horror movie? Honestly, if this gist turns out to be true, then some men deserve to be left in the group chat of life. How do you have a whole Peggy Ovire at home and still go looking for expired connections? They say men don't know what they have until it's gone. In Frederick's case, if he's not careful, he'll find out on Instagram Live, hosted by his wife's new man, wearing the same agbada he wore for their wedding. At the end of the day, we can only hope all of this is just noise, a case of social media mischief, because nobody deserves to start a marriage with paparazzi monitoring, vacation accusations, and ring disappearance sagas. Marriage is not an episode of Big Brother. You are not supposed to be evicted from your partner's heart before you even unpack your honeymoon bags. But whatever the case may be, whether it's a storm in the teacup or a real hurricane in love's kitchen, one thing is certain: Peggy deserves peace. She deserves love that is sure, not love that requires detective work. And as for Frederick, well, he better come correct, because if he thinks Nollywood fans are forgiving, he hasn't met Twitter NG during heartbreak season. So to all the lovebirds out there, let this be a lesson. If you are planning a wedding, also plan accountability. Don't carry somebody's daughter to the altar only to emotionally disappear like network during NEPA failure. So if you enjoy the video, quickly hit the subscribe button and like this video, then click on the video showing on the screen to watch the next video. Click it now before this very video ends. See you in the next video. Bye.